As usual, I have a strange thing on my mind. I'm trying to figure out whether it was better to be open-hearted yet feel all the time, so get the sufferance of that, the pain of not being able to do anything, the anguish when you see suffering in the world, the fear that I was carrying around with me all the time. See, at the moment, I'm unhooked from that. And from my past way of thinking, I would have thought that people like me now would be either suffering depression or lack of empathy, like empty, hollow zombie. But I'm not. I'm just not carrying around fear anymore. And I'm not physically feeling other people's pain anymore. Or my own pain anymore, if there is any. I'm not physically feeling any of that. And it's got me perplexed, like, is this a less open-hearted way of being? I don't have that, like, it might be even completely unrelated, like, I may be able to get that open-hearted love for everybody feeling again. It's just that right now, and for a while now, I've been unhooked from feeling anything. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel the need to ring people or reply to people or check, like, it just seems really weird. It's not like I don't have to prove myself to be a good friend or compassionate human being kind of thing. It's just allowing life to just, like, I am where I'm at, and I don't feel pressured in any way. I know other people are trying to pressure in their expectations and stuff like that, but I don't have that same guilt trip on myself. I don't. And in that way, it's actually much better. You're not carrying around other people's pulling of you. Other people's trying to control you, manipulate you, direct you, affect you. No matter what's going on in their life, they're not able to, sort of pull you down with them if they're having a tough time kind of thing. And it's so weird to be in this space with that, 40 years of different way of thinking about this, and to be at where I'm at now, it kind of seems like wrong in a way, because it's like, I don't know. So I've pretty much lost the expectations of other people being good or bad or otherwise. Like, they're who they are. They're going through what they're going through. I want to be the example of someone with their shit together, so that I can help them. And I understand that, like, of the burdens I've been carrying over the years, I am not someone with that persona. But I want to be, like, completely authentic. I don't want to fake being anything. So it's like, I am where I'm at, whatever I'm at. This is who I am right now, as I'm learning, as I'm navigating. The benefit is that I actually just don't, no one outside of me can affect me. Even last night, I received a reply to something that I sent out that I expected either nothing back or something kind, and I got something really quite nasty and below the belt reply. And instead of feeling any kind of angst, I was like, oh, that was unexpected. You know what I mean? It was sort of like, oh, that was a bit unexpected compared to the persona that I thought they had. I thought they were kind and had, you know, humility, integrity, all that kind of stuff, like me, I feel. And I got this nasty back. I'm like, wow, I would never send something like that to someone, especially given who I am. And yeah, I was just noticing the lack of punch in the gut that, like, I would have received, I would have felt, I would have been affected by previous to this unhooking kind of sensation, this thing. Now, instead, it was kind of slightly amusing and also perplexing. It's like, oh, that didn't fit the image of what I expected back from them. And that's just got me thinking today. It's like, oh, I wonder what's up. Like, is it a good thing to be completely unhooked? Or is there like a little bit of work to do where it's a for now thing, it's best, you know, for whatever level I'm on at the moment, it's best to be like this, and that one day I will receive that feeling of that any kind of feeling in my heart again, because it's nothing, there's nothing there, there's just it's really just observing, like completely the observer, like not attached at all. And I just don't, I don't know how to have that kind of conversation. So that's why this strange video channel is good for me, because it's such a, you know, who thinks like this, you know. But I'm also, it's kind of got me perplexed. Is this a temporary thing for whatever I am going through now? Is it a good thing? There's a lot of benefits to that, but it also makes you kind of inhuman, more artificial. In even though I'm being authentic, it's less. I don't know. Like, is it less connected? It's just there's no emotion, and I'm very emotional. I had a very emotional identity before this, and it's got me perplexed. It's just got me curious. I'm like, I'm delving down that rabbit hole now. I'm like, oh, it feels much better. I'm not affected by anything. Like, there's a lot of, you know, nasty things going on, but I'm not affected by any of it, and that's a good thing. But have I become too away from being human in a way? Or is this what others normally feel, and I've just been going through my life with this, carrying around this fear and pain, thinking that it's emotion, and now that fear and pain is gone, this is what it feels like, you know? Like, I'm just boop, 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 boop. Alright, I've been talking too long. Bye. One way I would, I just want to get our thoughts as it comes out, because then I never think about it in that same way again. I get to think new stuff once it's out. But anyway, I was thinking, like, in one way it's really a bad thing, because in another way it's a really bad thing, because where I was at when I was feeling love for all of humanity and hope for all humanity, and I wanted everybody to be joyous and happy, and, you know, if they listened to some kind of great song in the shopping centre, I wanted everybody to get into dance, and that is so far removed from where I'm at now, it's not even funny. But when I was in that mode, you know, my mindset in that mode is a really inclusive, happy, joyous, free, soulful kind of life, and one that a lot of people who are in this mode that I'm in, and any mode lower than that, in their depression, in their like they've already given up on their dreams, and they're making sure that everybody's like in line and all that kind of stuff. This is my mentality that I was in that time. It's like, oh my God, these people are so depressing. Life doesn't need to be like this, yada, yada, yada. And so, yeah, I feel like the way I was before, although it was so far removed from where everyone was at, especially in like the workplace area where they're really, you know, the vibes so low down compared to where I was at, and you could really notice the people who are in excess in that area, in excess in comparison to that community. To sometimes when I feel like embarrassed for them and want to help them stabilize, you know. So yeah, it's a bizarre way of being right now. It's sort of like I'm here right now in this frame because everybody is so low, and anything higher than that would be excess. But I'm actually genuinely like this at the moment, and I don't dislike it because it is actually like, if I'm in excess, happy, raising the vibes, blah 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 blah, it's actually more in resistance when I'm there because no one else is. There's like this, it's just like, oh my God, this is an uphill battle. I got to reach people where they're at, and they're down here, and I've got to go down here because otherwise it's very painful. It's full of resistance. It's painful to be completely different than everybody. And although now I can be completely different than everybody, but also be completely hollow and not feel anything. And I just feel like that's, you know, like, that's not there yet either. There needs to be some of that spark. There needs to be some of that, you need to live from your heart. Just maybe, I just don't, trying to figure out whether I'm not feeling anything because I've dealt with my shit and there's no longer like past traumas running my life. Or is it like the natural progression of conformity in that area, like the book 1984, if you've ever read that. In the end, he realizes, you know, just go with it. Sometimes it's better to be match the crowd and not stand out. Even if you want them all, you know, if you want them all to rise up and feel this happiness and feel this joy and feel this love, sometimes it's better to just, you know what, and not give up on them, just match their, yeah. I wish I could have these kind of conversations with people, because then I might be able to figure it out. People don't talk like this. Maybe I can go to like a mental institution or something and see if there's anyone there. And see if there's anyone there that might talk about this. I was just in McDonald's getting my coffee, and on the TV, they have a TV showing in every room there. There was, like, I think in the 5 minutes that I was there, I saw a murder-suicide, a shooting in Sydney, a murder-suicide in Queensland, come on, there was something else. I can't even remember, because maybe I put my mind out of it already, but there was just like, in the 5 minutes I was there was 4 stories about horrible things that have happened in Australia. Oh, there was something in Melbourne as well. There was something in Melbourne. Oh well, I can't remember. And this is, you know, mainstream are watching this stuff. Like, they get up in the morning and they turn on their TVs, I guess. guess. I'm guessing what mainstream do. This is what I think they do. They turn on their TVs and they're listening to this stuff. Or they're turning on their radios and they're listening to this stuff. And all through their day, all they hear about is the horrible world that we live in. Instead of not having that running around in you all day, every day, you know? These things are happening all over, yes. But does everyone who's watching this TV need to carry around with them, carry around this belief in them that the world is terrible and that, I don't know, I just feel like if they're holding that in their being, that is causing this lower vibration thing that's going on. Like, this is why people are hopeless, because they feel like this world is crap, because they're being reminded all day, every day that the world is crap. They don't see anything good coming. They don't see anything good. They see nothing hopeful. Minutes I was there. If I was there, like, what do normal people, you know, how often do they spend watching TV or reading the newspaper or listening to the radio? I don't know, like, how long do they spend a day reminding themselves that the world is crap? You gotta turn all this crap off. Because even if you're not creating your own reality kind of thing, like, even though I feel like, you know, what we think about, we are, like, bringing about in the collective, in that individual people having different thoughts, you know, one thinks the world's hopeless and the one thinks the world's hopeful or whatever, they are, you know, either trying to help the planet or they're trying to hurt the planet or they're trying to not do anything because they've already given up kind of thing. So, like, individually, their minds... perception of how the world is like crucial to the experience that we all have collectively, and that's another reason why this is my weirdness of figuring out, like, is this hollow thing, you know, being unhooked from everything, not being affected by negatively affected about the things, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, because I don't want to create a world of zombies either, like uncaring, this kind of where the realm I'm at the moment, and I'm like, you know, if anything, I'd like to feel the love in my heart out to everybody, but I don't even feel that. But while I'm in this space, actually, I'm not completely, you know, I don't care one way or whether, I'm just living my life, and it's really easy. You know, in this mode. Life is actually really easy in this mode. But it's missing that, you know, that love for all thing, which I had. And that was a beautiful space to be. Beautiful. It felt like we could make heaven here. So... thinking about it, observing the show, wondering if it's temporary. It's not like you can force it. It's not like like these people are, just open your heart. Like, yeah, I could tell you now, like, from in this space, you can't just open your heart. It's not like you can command your heart to open. Your heart's either open or not. I think it might be a temporary thing because of everything that's going on. It might actually be very beneficial to be like this at the moment, because you can get really caught up in big time dramas and things like that. Which there is a big time drama going on in my life at the moment, but I'm really absolutely not affected by it. And I don't know, like, I just don't know whether it, you know, I'm supposed to bring my heart in and feel with that drama, or whether it is like, you know, here, so that I can deal with it more logic based, and trying to, you know, show a way or be a way where they are not so, you know, drama, perhaps. Yeah, anyway, time to go to work. Bye.